TransurfingTV. I am Renee Garcia and I've got a special treat for y'all today. Either you're gonna absolutely love this or you're gonna think I'm nuts, but I developed, or I don't know, channeled, I don't even know where it came from, a plate meditation that is going to absolutely blow minds if anyone feels what I felt when I figured this out, and it is awesome, y'all. So I'm gonna actually draw it for you and break it down, and it's gonna be groovy. Before I get started, remember, my world is taking care of me. Comment this below and like the video, and you just might win some of these. And remember, Reality 2.0, now on Teachable, link below to at least just take a peek and see what you think. It might be for you if you are new to transurfing. It is getting awesome reviews. I'm so excited. So with that, I don't even know what to call this thing yet. Maybe one of you can help me come up with a name, because it is a trip. So I will tell you what I did, and then I'll tell you in my mind how I figured a few different ways that you could do it if you don't have access to the same stuff that I have here at my house. So I have this little routine that I do. I have a sauna in my backyard, like a Finnish sauna where you pour water on the rocks. So I get in the sauna, I stay in there for like 20 minutes, I get super hot, and then I have like a 500-gallon horse trough, you know, like a metal container that's about, 4 feet off the ground. It's an oval shape. A bathtub would absolutely work if you have a bathtub at home, or a swimming pool, or you could even go out into nature if you could find a place where you could float. So what I did was I did this 3 times in a row, and it was awesome. So got into the sun, I got super hot, 20 minutes, and then I went and I got into the cold plunge. Now, when I got into the cold plunge, I draped my feet over the sides at the end. I'm gonna kind of draw it for you so you can see what I'm talking about. I draped my feet over the sides at the end, so I was sort of elevated, like floating, okay? So I put my feet like this, and then I put my hands just very lightly, like even with just a finger onto the side, so I could float, and then my head not touching anything, okay? So my fingers are barely touching the outsides, and then my feet are anchoring me, and I'm just floating right on top of this thing with my back and my head and my plate area all completely, there's nothing touching it other than water, okay? So then what I did is I started to envision space. I started to envision the alternative space. I closed my eyes and I went into this place where I imagined everything that was around me, and I was kind of moving through my environment, like my state almost, like I was kind of going over land. I was seeing houses, I was seeing buildings, and then I started to go up, and then I actually started to see like a space scene. I don't know what galaxy it was. It was just very generic stars and different things, that were visually very appealing. And I got into this meditation just sort of focusing on what I was seeing, right? Like the visual aspect of it, and trying to make that feel as real as possible, like I was actually in space. So once I got to the end of that, once I felt like I had really gotten into that meditation and I was really envisioning a space-like scene around me, I had this thought, oh my God, activate your plate. So I activated my plate, and I imagined that this plate coming out of the back of my head and between my shoulder blades had the plug on it, right? So for those of you that know my variation of the plate, which works for me, my plate sort of comes together like this, and then on the end there's a plug, and usually this plug just plugs right into my external reality, and this is where I get outer intention showing me the way to my goals, or what it is I look to intend, what I intend to connect with in that day. But in this scenario, in this meditation, I simply plugged that extension into the alternative space. Now, when I did that, I felt this amazing, like, electricity, like I was actually plugged into space, and I just stayed floating the whole time, and I just really focused on the alternative space pumping in via my plate into my body all sorts of information and material and energy and whatever. It was just like flowing in like crazy, and I could feel it, and my body was, I don't want to say it was tense because I was very relaxed, but I could definitely feel like an influx of something coming in just exponentially, like a blast almost. So I laid there for about 5 minutes just suspended and let that happen until I felt like it started to wind down a little bit and not feel as intense. And then I unplugged from the alternative space. I can't believe I'm even saying this stuff, you guys. I've never been woo-woo or anybody that's, I'm not a new age person at all. The fact that I'm even talking like this is blowing my mind. So I unplug it, right? I unplug it from the alternative space. I allow my plate to kind of like go back into my body. So I'm just like a whole, I'm just there, there's no actual plate showing. And then my body just starts the journey to come back to my physical body. So it just like, I feel myself going backward, the exact way that I came, and metaphysical Renee joins with physical Renee laying in the horse trough in her backyard. And I opened my eyes and I was like, holy shit. I can't wait to tell the guys about this one. Okay, so what I'm thinking, y'all, if you got access to something like this, where you could do something similar, again, I think a bathtub's fine. I feel the main key here is that your back and the back of your head has enough space where there's emptiness, just water underneath. So don't lay flat on the ground, right? If anything, if you don't have access to a body of water, I'm going to suggest, and I haven't tried this myself, but maybe one of you will want to, and then let us know in the Facebook group how it's worked for you, maybe lying on your stomach and allowing your back to be open, right? So any variation, I was also thinking you could use a hammock, or maybe one of those like zero gravity chairs where you put yourself back, and you know, the zero gravity chairs you can buy for like 20 or 30 bucks on Amazon. Maybe you get a zero gravity plate activation chair. It's just for that purpose. Oh my God. And, you know, do it like that so you're elevated above the ground. But again, I really feel it pertinent to not be on the ground, on a solid surface, on your back, not having your plate free flowing. So I did that 3 times in a row, meaning I got into the sauna, got into the horse trough, I did it. Then I got back into the sauna, got into the horse trough, and did it 3 times. And I'm gonna do it again today because I'm absolutely obsessed with how I felt after doing this. It is freaking wild, you guys. So I'm gonna let you know how this develops for me. I'm curious to hear if it works for you, and if it's something that you feel as intensely of a sensation that I did. I'm super happy that I discovered it, and I hope that you guys benefit from my insights as well. So let me know what you think of this video, and of course let me know what you think of this meditation. Thank you so much, and have a good one, Transurfers. Bye.